Hello, Bill speaking.
Hi, Bill. This is Miles. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
Good.
Good. Where you calling from today?
From Austin, Texas.
Oh, no better place like that in the world, man. I love Austin.
It's an.
It's just such a great music scene out there in Austin.
That's what they tell me.
Come on, man. You're a part of it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man. We're really excited to have you guys coming back down here soon to the 2K Rock Festival at Magic City Casino, man. You got to be looking forward to some good Miami weather.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. Is that outside or is that inside?
That's a good question. Usually when they do, because you're playing with three other bands on the same bill,
Yeah.
um, they do have, uh, you know, they do have an area upstairs. It's kind of like one of those New York City lofts, one of those big loft apartments. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Stage 305. That's indoors. Then they have a big outdoor stage on the racetrack. And then they have a couple of other little smaller stages. So whether they're
I
gonna
bet
sit,
it's the outdoor one because
yeah,
Uncle Crackers and Smash Mouth, what have you. It's probably sounds like it's going to be outside, but who knows?
yeah, but this time of year outside, it's not bad at all, man.
No. Yeah. Not in Miami. I'm
Oh
sure it's
hell
great.
no. Even though last week we got down to 38.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it actually snowed in Tallahassee, man.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, just freaking weird, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, looking forward to having you guys because in my almost 27 years of reviewing and doing interviews, I've never seen Fastball live, so I'm really pumped up.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So,
It'll
so
be good.
now, kind of looking back, like when you were a very young boy, can you recall like the first time you really heard music and the impact it had on you?
It's tricky. I always liked it. I guess it didn't really hit me in a way that I just always go back to the Beatles. My mom gave me this Beatles record. I didn't even want it really, but she had bought it for me, and it was a free record, so I took it. It was Let It Be, and when I put that on, that kind of changed everything for me. It's just the harmonies and stuff, and he was loose and ragged and cool, and it was, I'd been listening to a lot of Kiss,
Oh yeah.
so the Beatles was a nice departure from that. It just sounded different, and then I got it really into them, and everything kind of followed from there. And right around the same time, AC/DC was breaking through in a major way on the radio and stuff, and so You Shook Me All Night Long and Back in Black and all that music, it was all kind of all at the same time. So I was kind of into heavy metal and also the Beatles and bands like The Who and stuff, older stuff. But me and my friends would get drunk and ride around and listen to Van Halen and Scorpions and all
Yeah,
that.
you got a
So
really good eclectic mix of music there, which is great. I think to
yeah,
be a good musician, you got to listen to a little bit of everything.
yeah. Well, back then, the radio also wasn't as insanely segmented as it is now. Like if you turn one station, you're gonna hear the pop hits of the day are on one station. The
Yeah,
station that plays like Beyonce and stuff.
yeah,
Then you'll have another station that's kind of more like Americana-ish, and they'll play like Father John Misty or Wilco or the cooler kind of indie rock bands. And then you have yet another station that plays classic rock, but you're not going to get the mix. Back in the day, it wasn't so fragmented, and you would get it all kind of. You would hear Beyonce and some indie rock band and something else all on the same station. It was all mixed together. It was just basically whatever was getting played on the radio was a hit song. Now it's so formatted, it's crazy. So I'm glad I grew up when I did because
yeah,
it gave me a good cross section of tunes.
yeah. When I was in California in the '70s, I mean, you would hear America, Foreigner, Pink Floyd, and then you would hear Carole King. It was just
And
that
you'd hear Rick James. Like
exactly.
that's the thing. Nowadays, Rick James would never be played on the same station as America. That just wouldn't happen.
Oh hell no.
So it was cool. It was great.
It was great, man. Now you're a songwriter as well. As a songwriter, do you draw from personal experiences? Do you have a formula or a structured way when you write a song?
No, I get inspired and then I try to do the idea justice. I try to hunt it down before it starts to fade. It's like remembering a long passage. You know, if that's your only way out of a jail cell, it's like you got to know the code. The code's 7, 3, 24, 14, 16, and there's like all these numbers. Or
Yeah.
it's like having an image in your head, and then you have to get it down. The quicker, the better. But sometimes it's stubborn, and it just doesn't come that easily. And you got to try to tease it out. It's sometimes you force it out, and it's ruined. Whatever was magical about it didn't come through in the translation. Now it's just a dumb song. So it's tricky business, but it's the line of work I'm in, and I love it. And a great song can change everything for you. So I just love the pursuit. It's fun. It beats working for a living.
Oh, definitely. I mean, oh, for sure, man. At least you didn't go corporate.
Yeah.
I mean, I play guitar and I write songs here and there, and I know kind of where you're coming from because it's almost like if you have a dream and you wake up and you're trying to recall it. If I get an idea and I don't put something down right away, literally within 15 minutes, it's just freaking out of my head. I gotta
Yeah.
get that shit down right away.
Yeah, it's something about, it's not just the idea, but the intention behind the idea. Like all of it has to be there.
Yep.
And the easiest way to get it is to just record it on your phone or something fast while it's there, and then when you get home or you have a chance to try to bring it out. But it's tough. Sometimes you spend all this time working on it, and then you're done with it, and it's just boring. You're like, God, the initial idea was so great. And you go back and listen to the initial idea, and it is still great. You're like, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know what the fuck. So,
Exactly.
I don't know. It's voodoo.
Now, as a player of instruments, are you self-taught?
Pretty much. I had a guitar my first guitar teacher was this lady she was more like my second guitar teacher, but she insisted that I play like a classical musician. She had the little footstool, the little footrest thing where you prop your foot up and like Jose Feliciano or something,
Yeah.
put the guitar at a certain angle and play with your two fingers, your index and middle finger. And I was like, man, Angus Young doesn't do this. Why are you teaching me this? But she was the only teacher my mother could find, and
Yeah.
so she didn't really teach me what I wanted to know. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
She was trying to turn me into a classical guitarist. I had no interest in that. I wanted to play rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
So I pretty much taught myself for the most part.
Yeah.
I figured it out on my own.
It's the best way, man. Now, your voice is also your instrument. What do you do, if anything, to maintain your vocals while you're doing shows?
This is a funny story, which is pretty much, I'll answer your question via this story.
Okay.
When I was a kid, my mother also was like, well, if you want to be a singer, you should take vocal lessons. So for a little while, I went to this vocal teacher, and she taught me scales, and she taught me how to, like, warm my voice up. And she's like, you got to warm up before you sing. And then when you're done singing, you should do some exercises to cool down. So anyways, Cheap Trick was one of my favorite bands.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream one night that I met Robin Zander from Cheap Trick, and I asked him, do you do anything special for your voice? And he said, oh yeah, your voice is like an instrument, man. You got to take care of it. I drink tea and I warm up, and after the show I do these exercises to cool down. Then I met Robin Zander in real life. He's smoking a cigarette, he's drinking a Corona, and I go, do you do anything special for your voice? Because I had to know, right?
Yeah.
I had this dream, I had to know. And he goes, he takes a puff off the cigarette and goes, not really. I don't really sing from here or here, like he's pointing to his voice, the diaphragm. He goes, I just sing. I was like, that's good enough for me. Like, so I think that I don't do anything. In answer to your question, I don't do anything special for my voice. I did learn, though, where where my diaphragm was. I did learn the difference between singing from your throat and singing from your diaphragm.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of, I guess, a mix of either, but I do know that if you're just screaming from the upper part from your neck, you will fuck up your voice for sure.
Yeah.
And it'll never come back. I mean, if you sing like that all the time, you might get a year or two out of it. It's going to be gone, and you'll probably have done irreparable harm. So it's good to know where where that muscle is, or where you can push out the sound. And it took me a while to really figure it out. It did.
Story,
I mean, for a while, I was in this rockabilly band. That was like one of my first professional bands, and I would sing. And I'd hear recordings of us live, and I'm like, man, you can't even hardly hear me. I didn't know how to get above the band.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. It's a hard thing to learn how to do. Not everybody knows how to do it. Eventually, you figure out where the gas pedal is. Like, okay, if I sing like this, it's going to be loud,
Yeah. Now, the band's latest album, Step Into the Light, which was released last May. I saw that you guys kept with Bob Clearmountain to mix this album, and I think this is his third one he's done for you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right?
He's so great. I mean, he's just, I sometimes think, well, we should try somebody else just to see how a different kind of sound. But the thing about Bob is it's going to sound great. He's going to nail it. It's going to be really, really terrific. And he really knows how to make a mix so you can hear everything. I don't know how he does it. He's just a master of it, and he knows how to build a sort of tension into the mix. The guy's just a master. So I love working with him.
I mean, and his name is such a great show business name, Bob Clearmountain.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. You wouldn't want to mix with someone whose name was like Muddy Fellow.
Yeah.
I took it to Bill Muddy Fellow. The vocals are buried. I don't know why.
It's funny when I hear Bob Clearmountain, for some reason, like names like Grizzly Adams comes into my head. It's just weird. It has nothing to do with music, but Grizzly and Clearmountain.
No,
he's
just not really
very
that
nature
kind of vibe.
Oriented or something.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now you guys have been putting out music for what? It's like nearing 25 years now, professionally.
Well, the first record was 96, so it's really only 22 years.
Yeah, well, we're nearing 25,
yeah,
so we're around the corner there. I mean, what keeps you motivated in this business?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what else I'd be doing.
I love your answers. You're just freaking honest and right to the point. That's good.
Well, it's true. I mean, everybody's got to do something. You lose your mind if you have nothing to do all day. And I really love playing music. Sometimes I think I should try something else. I should try writing books, or I should try whatever, But the simple fact is, I really still love. If I have a show, I get really excited. Like, I get to play next week. I never think like, oh, I have to go do a gig. I love playing music, so it never feels like work, and I like almost everything about it. I mean, sometimes if you have to drive 500 miles or something, that's a bummer. But but hanging out with my friends, I'm friends with everybody in the band. I genuinely like everybody in the group, and getting to go to new towns and meet new people and try new food and play. It's just such a great job.
I don't think you can ask for more than that, man.
No, it's great. It's a lot of fun, and I love creating music and trying it out. And I love almost pretty much every aspect of it. So that's your answer. Is that I just love doing it, and I've been fortunate that we've had success, and that all the guys in the group, we all get along with each other. There hasn't been the classic thing where, like, that guy's an asshole and the band breaks up, and then they won't stop talking to each other, and then maybe they do a reunion tour to cash in one time, and then they disappear again. That's usually the way it goes. Is someone hates someone in the band, but in our band, it's not that way.
Awesome, man. Now, like I said earlier when we first started, we're of course looking forward to seeing you in February for the Rock 2K Music Festival, and you guys are sharing the bill with the Spin Doctors, Smash Mouth, and Uncle Cracker.
I didn't know the Spin Doctors were playing. That's funny.
Oh, it's going to be crazy, man. Are you kidding me? These 4 great bands in one place?
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I've never covered any of the bands except Smash Mouth, and they're just a party band, man. I can't even tell you what we were doing backstage, but it is legal in California now. But so I can't wait to see Paul DeLissel again. But have you performed with any of these bands before?
Yeah. Well, only Smash Mouth. We played with them a bunch. We did a whole tour with them in 2013.
Nice. So you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah, I do. And the Spin Doctors, we did this Horde tour one year with a long time ago. It was like 1999, I guess, and yeah, it was summer of '99 or was it '98? I don't remember, but anyhow, the guy from the Spin Doctors, the singer from the Spin Doctors, was on that tour and pretty much hanging around all the time. So we hung out with him quite a bit. I haven't seen him since then, so it's been like 20 years or whatever. But he was a really nice guy.
Oh, this will be great to get you all guys back together again then.
Yeah.
Well, finally, moving forward, what's next for you in Fastball?
Oh, we're just right now working on another record. We haven't started recording it, but I've been writing songs pretty much every day. Just coming up with tunes and demoing songs and sending them to Tony. Tony's the other songwriter and singer, and today I just saw Tony. We kind of hung out for a little while and listened to each other's stuff, and I think pretty soon we're gonna start recording. It's just nothing has been firmed up yet. So.
Or you can just do what George Thorogood told me when I asked him that question. He said, "I'm just going to be sneaking by."
Yeah.
I thought that was
to live by.
In this really low voice, he's like, "I'm just going to be sneaking by," like real sly and sneaky, So that was cool. Hey, man, Miles, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule
welcome.
for talking with us. Well, we'll see you in a few weeks, and if we can come back and say hi, that would be great, man.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
All right, cheers, brother. Later, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.